Well, welcome tonight to EGTV's coverage of the Elk Grove Grenadiers wrestling team. They'll be taking on Prospect Knights. I'm Mayor Craig Johnson. Next to me is Craig Jr. Jr., what are we expecting tonight with the meet, you think?
Well, looking over things, the rosters that were given to us by the coaches and looking at some of the tournaments they've had this year, it looks like both teams are young. This is a transition year for the most part. There's going to be some great wrestlers that are wrestling tonight, but I think that we're going to see a mix of that youth with that veteran leadership. And anytime two MSL teams, especially in the same division in the East here, get together, you know it's going to be competitive, it's going to be intense, and hopefully we see some good wrestling.
Well, it's also very important because next weekend is conference. They've moved it up now a week, so a lot of these guys may look for seeding advantage.
Yep.
Anytime you have conference matches, you get a seeding over them at the conference tournament. So I think they'll be trying pretty hard to make sure they get the best foot forward and sit up. And you're right. I mean, you look at Elk Grove, they've got a lot of young wrestlers.
Yes.
I think they only have one senior going.
Yes.
And a lot of sophomores, some freshmen. So it should be interesting. And same thing Prospect. They got some younger wrestlers too. So it could make it interesting.
Yeah, especially later in the season, too. You're dealing with injuries. I know that there's some wrestlers on both sides out due to injury. There's wrestlers that we know of that are out because they're sick. It's that time of year, so no one is at full strength, but nonetheless, the match must go on. And to your point on the seeding, every match matters in the MSL, so they're going to be trying as hard as they can to get that leg up, whether it's via tiebreaker or direct head-to-head matchups, so that will be important next week.
And, of course, Prospect's on the same side of division in the MSL with them, and it's always been a good rivalry, even back to our days when we were coaching, and it's still that way. So it should be a lot of fun. A pretty nice crowd tonight here.
Yeah.
And, like I say, it should be interesting to see what happens. And, like I say, I think what's nice, though, especially for Elk Grove, with the young guys, that, it's been a turnover. So now you got the next generation of wrestlers coming through the program to get a little experience. So it looks like they're getting ready to go. I don't think they're going to be doing any introductions tonight.
No, I think, and that's typical and common when you have a dual meet where it's not full lineups. It's you have forfeits going each way at random weights, so you want to really just get to the wrestling and why we're all here. And it does look like we're going to get going here in a second, and we'll see which weight they're going to start at. They do a coin toss, or they pick a weight out of the hat prior to during the weigh-in session. Back in the day, it used to be you started at the lowest weight and you went all the way up to the top, and then for those parents that had the heavyweights, they always had to wait to the end to watch their son wrestle, and just depending on how the lineups fell, it was favorable or unfavorable. So it's been many years since they made that change, but I do like it, and it looks like we are starting at 144 here tonight.
So the middleweights, which is usually the tougher classes for wrestling.
Yes.
So Elk Grove's got tonight Yahia Solomon, a sophomore, 4-17, against Aiden, 1-8 for Prospect.
So a couple of sophomores going at it.
So again, Craig, they're starting off on their feet.
Yes. 2-minute periods here in wrestling. So there's 3 periods, 2 minutes each, and some new scoring.
Nice throw. Nice throw.
He's got to squeeze and lift the head there.
He's got it pretty tight.
He's got to get his hips down. There he goes. Stay on the mat.
Up. Now, the new rule this year in wrestling is, first off, it's 3 points for a takedown instead of the 2, and all they need is 1 point, feet, hands, elbow, whatever, in the circle. Only 1 now, and they still keep wrestling.
And another interesting change is you can get up to 4 points for a near fall.
Yep.
So when your opponent's back is exposed to the mat, that's where they're counting, and that's where you're getting the points for the near fall. So right now it's 7-0 Elk Grove early.
So got 3 for a takedown, 4 for near fall. Tech falls come pretty quick now with the extra
They
points.
sure do, and here comes a nice half. He's got the
pretty tight,
heavy
plenty of
hips
time
to keep them down. He wants to lower his hips. There
Got
he
it.
goes. Nice start for Elk Grove.
Yeah, it definitely started. He was in control from the start. But real quick about the extra points coming in, they're talking about raising the tech point total because there's a lot more techs this year and faster, first and second period.
Yes.
Where it used to always be near the end of the third period.
Yeah, it's certainly simplified it, but it rewards some of the harder aspects of the sport. A takedown is one of the hardest things to do, and when you're only getting 2 for that, when someone can escape and get that 1 point back quickly, it really diminishes the value of that takedown. So I'm in favor of the takedowns and the near fall changes.
Now we have a sophomore, Matt Maria. His father, we all know, involved in the village, football and other things, going against a Tommy. I'll give you a chance on that one.
Sakafakis.
Very good.
I hope I did it right.
Kind of feel out. Last year, actually, young Matt DiMaria was a sectional qualifier as a freshman in a middleweight, 144, which is unusual.
Yeah, the middleweights, you tend to have a higher population of athletes at that age, so there's just more competition overall. Now, it doesn't mean it's always the hardest weight classes, but you just have a larger pool to choose from. A nice takedown on the edge of the mat there for Prospect.
So Elk Grove now, Craig, starts down. And then the Prospect wrestler, since he took the takedown, gets the top.
Yep, so you'll see the wrestler, there's a little triangle, or a rectangle on the mat there. Hands have to go in front of one of the lines and knees behind the other. When the bottom wrestler gets set, the top wrestler will cover. He's looking for nice escape there by Dan, or Matt, I'm sorry. It's his dad's name.
And now they're obviously setting up to try to work in for a takedown.
Yes, right now they're hand fighting. They're looking for inside tie position. And when I say inside tie, you want your arms inside of your opponent's arms there. It just gives you better leverage, more control. So that's what they're doing right now is they're pummeling in, they're working their hand position and trying to really get established control so they can set up their offensive attack.
Nice shot. Nice shot. He's got to finish it.
He's got a deep double leg, but he does. You're right. He's got to finish it. So Matt's going to try and get his hips and weight back.
Yep.
And really what you want to do in that situation is sprawl, which means you're kicking your legs back, you're getting your hips low and down to the mat, and you really want to stuff the head because the body naturally, obviously, follows the head. So if you can keep the head in the mat, it's going to be difficult for the wrestler to finish that takedown.
Well, it looks like both wrestlers looking for that inside control. Like you said, they changed their level, up, down, so not staying constant so the opponent doesn't know an opening and stuff. By changing your position, makes it more difficult for your opponent to shoot on you.
Yes, offensively in wrestling, you want constant motion. You want a constant movement. You want to change up the angles at which you can attack. So really that's what they're looking for here, wrestling on the edge of the mat there. They'll reset in the center.
So we should explain the green circle, they need to be inside that circle. Once they go outside the circle fully, then they stop the match and move them back in and start again.
Correct. As long as one part of one person's body is within that circle, at any point they continue wrestling, but as soon as both are out, that's when they'll reset and move them back into the center.
Well, it's second period, 3-1. Still close match. Elk Grove deferred their choice. What that means, they want to wait till the third period to pick if they want choice. So Prospect picked neutral, which is starting on their feet again.
Yep. 3 options. You can go down, top, or bottom. Unless you get the first selection, you can defer that, as you mentioned, to the third period.
Oh, nice shot again. He does have a good double leg shot.
Yeah, very quick. So another takedown there for Tommy. So Tommy is leading Matt right now 6-1 with 1:40 left in the second period.
Well, Matt seems to be able to escape pretty good, so let's see how quick he's out. It's hard to keep guys down sometimes.
It really is, and really the key on the bottom is just constant movement and effort. The more you sit down there, the easier it becomes for your opponent on top, who's trying to keep as much pressure and weight on you as possible, because obviously they don't want you to escape. So it's forward pressure on top. You're looking to break them down flat to the mat like this, where you want to begin looking for some offense. So really what it comes down to is when you're on the bottom is that constant movement and effort. You have to string multiple moves together.
Oh, nice. Nice, make it a reversal. Going to be out of bounds. He can come back right there. There he goes. He's got back points. He's got back points. That's a reverse by Elk Grove. Now looking for a pin.
There you go.
Nice reverse. Nice move. Yes. What a comeback, huh, Craig? What a comeback.
Never out of it.
No. A little heated, which happens sometimes in wrestling. It's hard to avoid that, but cooler heads now prevailed. Coach Vargas is going to talk to him a little bit.
That'll likely cost a team point, if I'm not mistaken, against Elk Grove.
Let's see what he's doing.
Wrestling's an intense sport. It's a very physical sport, but
yeah, they did take a point off.
So you get 6 team points for a pin, and that will remove one of those team points for that. So it's 11-0 Elk Grove.
Coach Vargas is not arguing that point. It's pretty obvious.
Yes.
He got a little emotional, which happens. Got the win, which counts.
All right, as we move on from that unexpected event. We'll go to the 157-pound match. Andrew Somanek from Elk Grove is a sophomore, taking on Bennett Westfallen, a sectional qualifier from Prospect.
Bennett right now is 28-6. Elk Grove, Andrew is 5-17. But records don't mean everything.
No, not at all. Quick
So
takedown there for Prospect. Let
him
him go.
So you will see sometimes wrestlers will take a guy down, get the 3, let him go, give up 1, take him down to get 3, kind of build up the score that way.
Mm-hmm. There's a variety of reasons, whether you're confident or not, if you can ride them, if you think that your best chance in the match is to continuously take a wrestler down. You do have some that, use opportunities in live matches to see what different takedowns will work for them. It's just preference. I never liked doing that because I wanted to make sure I ended the match as quickly as I could if I was fortunate enough to be able to win a match. And because to what we just saw in that last match, you never know what can happen.
No.
And at this age and at these weights, everyone's strong enough to, if you make a mistake, they can catch you and your night's over. So it's just difference of opinion.
We know wrestlers that have been up 14-1 and got pinned. I mean, that's the thing about wrestling. It's not over, literally, until it's over.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I'm serious. Someone's down 4. Oh, look at that. Nice.
He's got to keep his hips up. He doesn't
Got the
go
bar
too
arm
far.
in on him. So he picked up 4 more, so it's 13-2. He's getting close to a tech. Why don't you explain what a tech fall is, Craig?
So it's really the equivalent of a slaughter rule in baseball, a mercy rule in other sports where they have them, where if you are winning at any point in time in the match by 15 or more, they stop the match in that moment. So right now, winning by 11, he needs 4 more points, which he could do right here if he holds it.
Yeah, he's got it. Now they'll keep going in case he gets a pin.
Right, he has the chance to finish the pin here, but if the move releases, then that's it.
Which he's
and it's
released
over,
now.
which just happened.
Now, the advantage is, I know people say, well, it's a win, but a tech fall is 15 points, whereas a pin is 16 points. And we've seen many meets over the years that 1 point can make a difference. So you really want to get the pin if you can.
Yes, absolutely.
So now we have a couple forfeits coming up, Craig.
Yes, so 165 and 175, which are the next 2 weight classes. Elk Grove does not have a wrestler at those weight classes, so Joe Quirk will get a forfeit here at 165. So that's a forfeit, 16 points, so it's the equivalent of a pin. So right now the team scores 11-11. And then after Brock from Prospect, Gavin Payne at 175 for Prospect will get the second forfeit here. So it'll be a 17-11 team score in favor of Prospect heading into the 190-pound match.
At 1 point, lost Elk Grove. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 right now.
Absolutely true. You do never know when and where these points will matter.
Well, they're going to exchange forfeits the next 2 weight classes after this. So this one going to the lightweights could set it up, and it should be interesting because young teams on both sides in the lightweights.
Yep. We have Brock Wade from Prospect as an 18-13 record this year versus Nick Kovac, a junior from Elk Grove, who is 5-4 at the varsity level this year.
Again, changing levels. Nice takedown. So Elk Grove's up
looking
3
to throw in
nothing.
that arm bar here. It's important. You have to keep the arm bar at 90 degrees directly across the wrestler's back. If you go, you can go down lower towards his waistline, but you can't go up any higher towards his head. It begins to get dangerous for that wrestler. So
He's looking for the butcher. Oh, now cradle.
going to pop that arm forward and then really get under. And then if he goes back that way, that's why he's switching back and forth between the butcher and the cradle. Those 2 moves go hand in hand, and depending on which way the wrestler's body is going to be. So if he's a little bit more straightened out, you can run the butcher. If he balls up a little bit more, then that's when you look for the cradle, which is what you were seeing there.
3-1 after the escape. Still a minute left in the period. It's nice to see Elk Grove aggressively looking for pins right away. They're
Yes.
not, riding them for it. They're looking right away for them. But you like that aggressiveness.
Again, like we saw in the earlier matches, there's a lot of hand fighting going on. They're just looking for positioning. They want to get the upper hand. on their feet here, and they're looking for those ways to do it. So whether they're looking for that, he's looking for a rush in there. Got the wrist control. He's trying to get parallel or side by side with the Elk Grove wrestler there to set up his next shot, which is usually an outside single, which is what he did right there. Now he wants to either pick that up or he needs to continue to circle towards that
Elk Grove
leg,
should
but
stuff that head a little bit.
he needs to keep moving, and Elk Grove wants to keep him right there. He could throw in a whizzer, which he's doing with his left arm, but he really wants to stuff that head. He doesn't want to be underhooked there.
Oh, he wrote it out. Good move.
He's fortunate to get away with that because, he was in good position to be able to just continue to put the whizzer in and stuff the head, and that's really what you need to do in those situations to get out of that. But fortunately for Elk Grove, no damage done. It'll be 3-1 going into the second period.
He doesn't have his hand on his elbow. Starting position is one hand's on the belly button, the other one's on the opponent, and he didn't have it on the elbow. So they're giving a caution. He got up nice and quick, Prospect, on that. Nice stand-up.
3-2 right now. Elk Grove still has the lead here in the second period.
You're going to see with the bigger guys, a little more tie-ups, all that, and our next match would be the little guys. A lot more shots, a lot quicker, a lot different wrestling.
Yes.
So now he's working the Russian again, the try and set something
Right
up.
now it's a 2-on-1. He's trying to get it above the elbow. He's got wrist control, but just good hand fighting to work out of that by Nick from Elk Grove here.
Missed the leg.
That was just a little too far away.
Yeah.
He's just diving in at the legs. It was good speed on the shot. It just needs to be set up a little bit better. He needs to get a little bit closer because that shot will and can be effective because it's a very nice shot, a very quick shot, but you need to make sure head up, looking at your target, and being a little bit closer when you're taking that.
And you can see a good Prospect wrestler who right away spin around behind him and get his 2 points. Looking for the half, didn't get it. Still has that arm in tight. He's got the tight. Actually, he's almost turning him with just the arm. Up my left.
He's looking for a power half, wasn't able to get that.
He's got that wrist again.
He's got a leg control.
40 seconds.
The Elk Grove wrestler needs to slide his knee forward and get that leg free, and really he needs to crawl forward, almost like an army crawl, to get that leg back and then build back up into his base. Because laying there on flat, it's opening up for exactly
right there,
what's happening
points.
here. He's getting
Right
this
there.
turn.
It's
Transitioning
close.
off that nicely.
It's
He's got to
close.
keep fighting down there.
It's close. There's enough time. Got to fight it. I got it.
Leg riding's tough. Leg riding is tough to compete against. You got to know what you need to do when they get the legs in. Sometimes you just get a little bit overpowered, and that's what happened there.
Well, he started off in pretty good control and just Prospect wrestler's a good wrestler. You can tell that his technique, his form, and everything. Now we got 2 forfeits in a row.
Yep, 2-15 for Elk Grove. Dylan Berkowitz will be getting a forfeit here. He's a 2-time MSL Conference champ, 2-time regional champ, and last year was a state qualifier. So he's I'm sure ready to get the postseason started. He's only wrestled 12 matches this year, but I think he's hopefully peaking at the right time.
Heavyweight from Prospect, James Brovillet, just got the forfeit. Now we go to the little guys.
So there will be one more forfeit here at 106. Ferris from Prospect will get the forfeit, and now we'll move into the 113-pound match between Xander Spatafor, a freshman from Elk Grove, and Tommy Fiddler from Prospect.
Xander, for a freshman, 20-6 record. He won the Glimbard West tournament. Good wrestler coming up. We remember Xander from the club program.
Yeah.
We coached Xander in the past, so.
Former junior grenadier wrestler, which we always love to see.
And very good wrestler, too. He wrestled for the Grove Junior High team, too.
Mm-hmm. It's more common to see so I know we were talking about a lot of freshmen and sophomores in both lineups today. It's not very common to see that when you get to those middle and heavier weights. You do tend to see that more often in these lower weights that we're about to get into, just because of the size of the weights, and it's just a little bit more common. So the next 3 wrestlers here from Elk Grove, freshmen, and then a couple of sophomores. Good sprawl there, keeping his hips low.
Yep, just like you were talking about before. Head's too far under, he couldn't really control it, but he sprawled enough.
As long as you're keeping that head pinned down underneath you, that's really all that you need to do at that point.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Deep and quick. Xander working his way up. Now he's looking for a potential butcher. Nope, cradle.
Post, he's going to lock that up. He's got to walk his head to the leg. It's easier to move the head to the knee, which he's doing right there, than it is the knee to the head.
Now he lost it. Now I may look for potential butcher. No. Yep. Xander's trying to find what he's going to give him. He's got his good wrist control on him. You control those arms on top. Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
He's got that arm bar, and he's either going to try to grab that wrist that he has the arm bar on, or he can grab that far wrist and suck that in and do a different variation from there.
He's trying to grab
His preference is the one that he has the arm bar on, but now he's working to the other wrist.
He had it and lost it. He keeps that arm bar in. Don't give it up. There it is.
He's got to settle his hips, and he should be all right.
Plenty of time.
Got to keep those arms trapped in there. He's looking to settle back towards his head. He's got to keep that arm.
He got his 4 points. So make it 7-3. Yep. 20 seconds left. He's going to come around. He's got the arm. Nope. Xander's keeping tight hips on him. A little leg control. Rova defer to prospect. I wouldn't think he'd take down, would he? He rode him. Yeah, he took top. Yeah, because Xander rode him pretty easily.
You get taken down that quickly, and then you get ridden out and get turned one time. Sometimes it's you trust your ability enough, and that it's a one-time thing you can build back from it. But others, you want to try the one thing that you haven't done yet that maybe you'll have a chance with, and it looks like he's getting the cradle locked up right there. But Xander's stepping up. He's got to get his hips away, leg free, pull at the elbows.
Single leg.
And they got the one leg like that. You want to pull at the elbow and then stuff that head.
Nope, he didn't give him the escape. It was close. Yeah, Prospect's got nothing to lose by trying from top.
No, not at all.
Oh, wait. See, and I think Coach Vargas going to think he got escape. See? I think he's arguing he had an escape.
I think his argument's going to be, are we in a neutral position when we're at the end of that mat where it warrants that 1 point, as opposed to what the top wrestler has to have is still clear control of the bottom wrestler to not give him that 1 point escape. So that is, very rarely do they overturn a call, which I like is unlikely now, but at least he's letting his opinion heard in a respectful manner, and the ref will look for that the next time.
Yeah, hopefully get it a little better, because I thought the same thing.
It did look like they were parallel loss of control, but ultimately that's a judgment call by the ref, and it's going to stay as it is, so it's still Elk Grove down.
Now Prospect's getting kind of high on him. And now he's back a little bit. You want to keep back on his hips. Now that one he's going to get the escape. Oh, reversing. Xander immediately goes for that one arm. He likes that arm. I think he may. Did he have the bar arm in? Can't see it. Yep, he's got the bar arm in. He's got the other wrist.
What he wants to do here is he wants to walk that shoulder right into the opponent's ear, and then start circling towards that head to get it really tight. And it looks like he's got it pretty good here. He's getting the points. He's got to sink his hips a little bit to force the shoulder blades down of his opponent. Wasn't quite able to do that, but he will get 4 more points there for a near fall.
13-0, 2 more points, another near fall. We'll kind of complete this match. The hope is he gets a pin out of it. Let's see what he gets here. Counting off.
It's got to get a little bit it's got to be.
Nope, the ref didn't count.
It's right on the edge there.
In other words, you want to break the 90 degree.
Yep.
Once the shoulder's close to the left at 90 degrees, then they'll start counting. 20 seconds. He's got the bar arm again. He's got the wrist. He likes that move.
He's got to roll that under and then drive that shoulder to the ear. Roll the wrist under.
Looks like we're going to third period.
I believe it'll be Elk Grove's choice here in the third period. I would be surprised if he took neutral. Neutral, one takedown will secure the technical fall.
But if he wants the pin, he may want to take top.
Coach just signaled top.
Yeah, he wants the pin. Which you don't play him. I mean, that gets him a little closer.
Every point matters.
Yeah, they'll only be within 12, which is 2 more pins, and you tie it up. Well, let's see if Xander can do it. That's a caution. Prospect started a little quick. Now, Craig, I noticed wrestlers get on their toes when they're on the bottom. Is that to push off faster? Or?
Personal preference. Some like their laces flat on the mat because they don't want anyone to grab at their ankles. Others will curl their toes under and kind of, like you said, just be on their toes so they can push off. They feel like they get more. It really is personal preference. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do that.
Well, if Xander don't pin him here, it's going to be a tech fall. He's got the points. Yep,
That'll do it. Great match by Xander Spatafor, freshman from Elk Grove.
So now we move up to 120, and we got Eli Wohler, sophomore from Elk Grove, versus, I'm not sure which one. It's either Adam or Evan.
Sounds like it's Adam based off of the cheer prospect just said.
We owe him a thank you on that one. So here comes Xander after a nice match. Xander may do pretty good this year in the conference and maybe state series.
Yeah. He's got a great season going so far and looked great there.
21-6, nice record. Oh, nice on the leg.
Outside leg takedown there for Eli. They haven't given it to him yet, but looks like he got control now, and he's getting some near fall, but he's got it. He got the 2 near fall and then 2 reversals, so it is 5-2 Elk Grove right now.
I don't have the score quite right yet. Now 1 escape.
It should be 6-2 Elk Grove. The referees are showing that to the ref or to the score table, so that they'll get it corrected.
Ref is already up there.
There you go. That's 2. It should be control. I guess he's not giving it to him yet. Uh-oh.
Nope, not
Keep
yet.
scrambling. Kept
Good
moving.
move. Elk Grove working. That's good. 6-2. Coaches a little parlay what's going on.
So as of now, there's a minute left in the first period. It is 6-2 showing on the scoreboard here in favor of Eli Wohler at Elk Grove.
Okay, they're going to keep it 6-2. I'm not sure what they were talking about, to be honest.
I don't know if the prospect coach was wondering if there should have been 2 near fall called that was given to Elk Grove. I think he thinks that maybe they should not have given that, but
it looked pretty clear.
Yeah, clearly it will stand and as it should, I believe. Got himself in trouble.
Yes.
That's a great freestyle and Greco-Roman move, but in folk style it can get you in trouble, which it did there. So, 3-point takedown for Adam from Prospect closes the match to 6-5. Tilting the Elk Grove wrestler right now. As of now, he's getting himself in some trouble. No near fall, not long enough. You have to at least a 2 count. To get points on top when you're turning a wrestler.
With the new rules, 2 seconds 2, 3 seconds 3, and 4 seconds or more, you get 4 back points.
Short time here.
Kind of changed a little bit from where it was going. It's pretty much Elk Grove, and now all of a sudden it's a tight match. Well, let's see what prospect did first, Elk Grove. Okay, Elk Grove's taking feet, neutral. Most time coaches like to take bottom, don't they, Craig?
Yep, and if you feel confident in your wrestler to move and get out, absolutely. I think the concern there was he had just gotten turned with a tilt, and they were a little bit hesitant with that, so he chose neutral. And Prospect did get a takedown.
Quick
there.
takedown.
6-8. Elk Grove is trailing right now.
Up now. Nope, rolled through it. Oh, now he's going to get some points. Got the legs in too, Craig.
Got the legs in tight with a figure 4 around that leg. So he's got his 4, so now he's going to try and rotate out of it. 12-6. And
that one would have been tough to pin him with that position.
You got to transition out of it. You got to get you really have to release your legs to get out of to transition.
Well, if Elk Grove keeps scooting here, he might get out. Keep scooting. Keep scooting. Now you've reached.
You don't want to reach back for the head like that. I would advise. I think it might be trapped in there now.
It just helps your opponent turn you over. Reaching back's the cardinal sin in wrestling. See, now he's going to take that arm.
Use that arm
yes.
if he releases it. Yep.
He comes back, and there's his points. Yep. That's why you don't want to reach back. He knew what he was doing. Should be 4 points, I think. Oh, he's over again.
He's still in the still in the same combination, so they're not going to reset and recount that. So the 4 points still does stand.
Might get a pin here.
Short time.
Yep. Fight it out. Fight it out. Yes, he got out. So he's still third period.
16-6. It'll be Prospect's choice here in the third.
Why the refs asked, coach asked a question. We'll remind everyone, next sports event on EGTV is covering the varsity girls basketball on Wednesday, January 22nd. Game time 7 p.m. against Rolling Meadows. Watch it live on Comcast Channel 6, Facebook, YouTube, or on EGTV website at eg-tv.org. There's also a link to our website to be on demand site, so you can watch all games, including this wrestling meet, at a later date and time. I did my promo well.
You did it in a great time. Takedown there for Prospect, and he
got
is
back right
there.
Fall. That could be a pin.
It's either going to be a tech or a pin here, depending if Eli can fight off his back here, he'll save a team point. And
he's close. It's close.
It's a long time to fight.
That's right there. Well, Young Elk Grove wrestled it pretty good. I mean, he started off pretty hot. And
there's certainly some good that you can take from that.
Yes.
He had a great takedown at the beginning. He did get some near fall points. He worked hard on the bottom, fought off the back several times. Just ran into a tougher opponent today.
So at 126 now, Alex Brennan, a sophomore again from Elk Grove, against Carl. You say that one,
Carl Kosiars. I apologize in advance for the pronunciation of that, but 11 and 20 wrestler from Prospect who was a sectional qualifier last year versus Alex Brennan, a 1-9 sophomore.
Oh, nice finish. Up. He lost it. He hit it.
Gotta make sure that arm gets out. It's trapped
he's in
there.
Trouble right there. It's going to be some back points coming.
Keep fighting off. The Prospect wrestler here wants to circle towards the head, and that's in deep.
Plenty of time, too.
The Elk Grove wrestler was trying hard to get that arm out, but it was just stuck in there.
Pulling up the head. It's not good. Well, a little more experience shows a little bit there. So now we go to 132, second to last match here, Craig.
Casio Asino, his senior from Elk Grove, is 7-2 with 3 pins, a sectional qualifier in 2022 and 23. His dad coaches with us with the junior grands and was an excellent wrestler back in his day.
Yes, he was. And he's going against Capper, the brother of the last wrestler.
I would assume so. You never know. It could be a cousin, but same last name, so it's likely related.
19 of 14, also a sectional qualifier. Now, Nicasio has been out a little bit with injuries, so his record's down a bit, but this should be a very good match. 2 sectional qualifiers going head-to-head here. And with some experience, both of them.
Absolutely.
On paper, it could be our best match of the night here.
Yes, 2 very good wrestlers going against each other.
Oh, nice on the leg.
Casio's working
Fair
hard to
shot.
sprawl back. He's getting that arm in, trying to get the whizzer in. He's got it in deep.
Yep.
3 takedown for Prospect there off the mat, so they'll reset here in the middle.
He's up quick. Now gets those hands cleared.
Looking for that hand control. He's working to fight those free. He's doing a good job trying to prevent that tilt there while still working. the
Oh,
hand
right
control.
there. If he come, couldn't
he
quite
almost
get
got
over.
it there.
Yep.
He's got to fight that arm through. No back points yet,
Nope.
so no harm, no foul.
He got close.
He was
That
very
was close.
close.
He still has that tight wrist. And Nicasio, he's got to try to clear that wrist out if he can. He's going to try. Yep, he's got it. It's hard to pin from that move.
It's hard to pin, and when you're in Nicasio's position, you're really just trying to either post or you have to roll through with it, and really just you got to fight the hands off, which obviously he was able to do there. So 3 near fall.
And that move's called a tilt. Got to watch his arm there. Now, if you're bottom, Craig, you always want to try to keep your head off the mat.
Correct.
You always want to have your head up, which helps. You get your head down, gives you guy on top a little advantage.
Great job working back up to his base and up to his feet. And again, there's constant movement, and that's exactly what happens, and you are able to escape. So great stringing 2 moves together there, stand up, and then really a dive roll out of that. But just great continual effort to get that escape here with not much time left in the first.
Bloody nose coming up. Yep, going to the trainer. That's probably the most common injury in wrestling, huh, Craig?
Always.
Bloody nose.
They have the little cotton ball plugs,
Yeah.
waiting mat side where you can really just clean yourself up, shove it up there, and get back out. So I don't think this will be too long of a delay here.
No. Bring back old memories. I think we used to put it up in your nose before you even started wrestling.
Yeah.
We always knew it was coming because you had a bloody nose about every match we had. So to save time, we just plugged it right away. But it happens. It's not anything serious.
And you do get there is a time limit of how long you could take, but that
5 minute
time
blood
limit
time.
is 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and very rarely do you approach the 5 minutes. But I don't know if I've ever seen a match that's ended that way because you've used all the time. But I'm sure it's happened out there at some point in time in some match.
And they
somewhere.
do stop the time when you're cleaning up.
Right.
So
So it's you get the 5 minutes to actually stop the bleeding. Once the bleeding has been stopped, then they cut the time, and now you'll see you have trainers out there. They're cleaning the mat to make sure that there's no blood, and then they're cleaning up the wrestlers, obviously their body, making sure that all the blood is wiped off of the body. So
it's funny watching nowadays. When I was wrestling back in the 70s here, he didn't have gloves. Coach would come up, hands, just do it, blood on his hand, on his sleeve, didn't worry about it, didn't think about it, didn't wash it off. Nowadays, which is better ways today, you got the gloves to clean up and all that. We had more blood stains on the mat by the end of the year. It almost looked like it was a red mat. You just didn't worry about it. It's a different world today.
looks like he's all set. So
Got the plug in his nose. You can see it.
they're going to start the second period in the neutral position.
I believe Elk Grove picked neutral.
See Nicasio, good movement and constant changing his level. And look how deep he got in on that shot. Now he's got to work on finishing that. Make sure he keeps that in. Oh no, he found himself in a scramble and in an unfortunate position there. Sometimes that can happen to you.
Well, he's got to fight. A long time to fight, though.
Fighting
Minute
hard.
30.
He might get there.
He's trying. Prospect guy's trying to get more chest to chest to put pressure on him. Elk Grove's trying to turn through it. I think he's getting out of it here. Yep.
He's got to fight that arm down through.
I think he's getting out of it, Greg.
That's impressive.
Yep.
What a
He had it tight,
that's just
too.
pure effort.
Yes. He had it very tight on him. You give him credit for that. Our guys
Absolutely.
give up there. He did not. Escaped, too. Well, again, like we talked earlier, 14-1 can still come back and pin a guy. 13-3 can still come back and pin him.
You got to think he's going to be looking for something. There it is, and he's got it.
Nice throw.
Keep his hips down.
Yep. He's in
Don't
tight.
let that
He's
arm
got
out.
it tight. Plenty of time. 50 seconds. Squeeze down in that
Squeeze
shoulder.
down.
Get that shoulder. He's got his chin in it.
His shoulder.
He's got
You're
that
there.
chin digging it. He's got the chin digging it. He could come back. Come on. Get that head up a bit. There he goes. Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Right there. Right there. Come on.
Still
Squeeze
got
it.
30 seconds.
Yes, he's got time. Squeeze it. Right there. Squeeze it. Right there. You reset it. Right there. Come on. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Yes.
They gave it to
Yes. Wait a minute. He didn't give him a pin. What was that? What was that?
That's the first I've ever seen.
I've never
something
seen
like
that before.
And to stop the match for nothing that the wrestler did there.
Why did he stop it? Coach Vargas has a good argument coming up here.
You should not stop a match.
No,
for that.
not with a pin call coming. I mean, let's be honest, it's not going to make a difference in the team, but that's not right for the wrestlers. That's beyond belief. 50 years of wrestling, Craig, I've never seen that before. Never seen it before. Vargas going back again. Let's see if we can hear it, Craig.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm trying to see if I
Tell you
can
here.
hear what's going on.
We'll stop talking. Could you catch what they?
Unfortunately, I couldn't. I tried my best.
I couldn't either.
I don't know if they're saying it was some.
I think they're saying
I-
something Coach Vargas may have said or done.
And even if that's the case,
You
you
still
shouldn't
don't
stop
stop
the
it.
match.
No.
So unless it was something that happened on the mat, I did not see. But that's unfortunate because it looked like he was pinned multiple
Oh,
times.
yes. He had it tight, too. That's not right. I'm about to say, see, it was 13-2. He came back. You never know, but that's not. Oh, he gave him a takedown.
Right at the end.
I don't know if he was above the waist. But that doesn't give Nicasio a little incentive.
Oh yeah,
Nothing will.
it was an impressive throw nonetheless. We're on an Elk Grove channel here. I think he had him pinned, and I think that match should have been over. But
I think we were saying that. We were saying he's pinned. He's pinned. Yeah, I've never seen something like
No.
that, to be honest. I mean, unless there's something we didn't hear, I give Coach Vargas credit for keeping his temper.
yes,
I would not have been in good shape on that one. Now the big thing's coming up, Craig. They're going to have to make sure they keep the wrestlers calm down after the match.
yes.
Doesn't get a, especially near the end here.
That'll do it. I think that was the last match.
No, we got 138.
Oh, I apologize. We started at 144. That was a tough match and great sportsmanship
Yeah,
by Nicasio.
Nicasio, he
That's
showed
frustrating.
sportsmanship,
That's
yeah.
frustrating, but that's being a senior. That's being, a leader and just keeping your composure. And I give him credit for that. See Coach a little fired up there
Yeah.
for all the right reasons.
This could be Elk Grove's last home meet.
I believe it is.
Yeah. So Nicasio Sr. going out, but a nice way to go out with that move. So here we got 138. We have Miguel Gonzalez, sophomore, against Ronan Yamali from Prospect, this sexual qualifier last year. this will be the last match, and obviously the team score is not in
Nice
doubt.
ankle pick there for Prospect.
Man. Craig, I can't quite see. What time is it over there on that clock?
Well, looks like it's 7:27. I have bad eyes too.
Yeah, I don't think it is 7:27. I think the old man's right again. A little inside story about what time we thought would be done.
And you know, that last match, it was exciting to have some
Yes.
entertainment there and passion, because really we haven't had any close matches tonight.
No.
It was Elk Grove either won relatively comfortably or Prospect won relatively comfortably. So we're glad the fans got a little bit of entertainment
Yes.
there and some
And we
fireworks.
thought this could be a pin right there. That finishes up tonight. Well, that finishes tonight's match. Prospect came out strong at the end, won 57-22. But yeah, the match we thought was going to be tight, Craig, turned out to be tight. Back and forth, and you never know, like we said in wrestling, a pin could come. But it was a great call, calling it with you tonight.
As
Again,
always.
Craig, I can't quite see. What is that time over there? Is it 7:46?
7:48.
48? I guess someone's
So
right.
I'm right.
I guess you owe me dinner tonight, maybe.
Nice
But
try.
from both Craig Johnson Jr. and from Craig Johnson Sr., your beloved mayor, we say thank you for watching EGTV tonight on Channel 6, wrestling here at Elk Grove, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Craig, thanks again, and we'll see you again next year.
Sounds good.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Out of Cranford, New Jersey, our local municipal channel, TV 35, is a major source of hyper-local information that is specifically designed and created for our residents alone. We get to see our town meetings, concerts, high school sports, news, and more